Hi guys, how are we all doing? It's Ninja922 here, ready for part 2 of the Q&A, and this time you join me from a much more illustrious spot where there is actually going to be train activity taking place behind me. You join me atop of the multi-story car park at Leighton Buzzard train station. I know, you see, high class me. I mean, first part you had me partially in my car and then standing in a field. Now you have me outside of my car, standing on a multi-story car park overlooking a train station. Don't know if you can see, you might be able to. I can't see because the sun's right in the wrong spot, but you might be able just to catch that. There's a 350 parked down there, bound for London Euston at some venture. Just answer this. I'm going to quickly pause this, and then we shall crack on with what we need. Bear with me. Right then, we're sorted. I haven't put the shades on because otherwise I can't see a thing. There are going to be interruptions as trains pass by, as there's a Freightliner 66 coming through with a loaded stone train. Voila. Yeah, sun's right in the wrong spot for me, so I'm trying to think of the best things I can possibly do here. Let me just quickly make that down. Yeah, you'll be able to see that. It's amazing. I can see with these up quite happily, but I can't really see the screen all that well, so every now and again I'm just like, yeah, what's going on? I feel like I'm a librarian now, staring down at people like, yeah, I see you. I see what's going on there. Once the sun goes in, these bad boys can come off and actually see what's going on. Right, so get back into it. So, kicking things off, we've got Yassi TFG 1272. I've got two questions. I don't know about that. When are you going to go back to Clapham Junction? I love watching them vids. Please record it in the night. Right, well, Clapham Junction religiously is an end of year thing for me. It's one of sort of my big hurrah to seeing the year out. I've tried to do nighttime filming before, and it's never really worked all that well. So I don't think it's something I'll probably go and try. I may give it another go, but I can't promise anything. Some Avantavoy just going through here. Yeah, chance I'll probably do Clapham during the day because you can see a lot more. Okay, the nighttime brings out the sparks, but I prefer Clapham during the day, if I'm honest. But that'll be an end of year thing, so sometime in December. 2. Are you going to go back to the Great Eastern Main Line? Quite a bit has changed. I love your content. It's family favourite. Keep it up. That's very kind of you to say so. Thank you very much. Yes, I will go back to the Great Eastern Main Line at some point. I'm not entirely sure when, but I've got plans. Plans are afoot. Oh, right. Trainspotter fan _ 890, Pendolino. $391.30. Right, so I've got a few questions. Sorry, there's a bit of questions. I've only got about 6 here, so I don't mind. It's all good. Question 1. Do you remember me from the Severn Valley Railway Diesel Gala? I believe I do, but you might have to just be a little bit more specific there, because I met quite a few of you down there. If you were part of the group of 3 lads that came down, yes, I do remember you then. 2. As both DB90s and DB92s are stood down at the moment, do you think they will come back into service? DB90s only do charters now. Yeah, they'll come back into service once they can actually sort out the financing, because from what I understand, DB can't really afford to run their 90s because of the electricity bill. The 92s they're bringing back in because they can work on high speed 1, and they've got obviously the third rail function to work down on the South Eastern Main Line through Kent. So the 92s are starting to come back. The 90s will make a return. It's just when DB can basically make them financially viable. 3. If you were to work for a TSC, what would it be? To make life easier, based on my line that's closest to me, it's either going to be London North Western, i.e. the bunch behind me, or Avanti West Coast. 4. Can you agree that most lines don't have as much freight flows as used to back around 2019-2018? Yeah, I'd agree with that quite happily. It's 390.042. Oh, 350s are heading off now. Yeah, the freight has definitely calmed down, but hopefully it's back on the up. There's a few new flows that have been introduced, so it's getting back up to how it should be. Right, question 5. When the Midland Main Line gets electrified, oh, it's that horrible Eurovision livery. 350 104. Oh, I don't like that. Right, sorry. When the Midland Main Line gets electrified, would you think 90s, 88s, 92s do test trains from Derby RTC? Oh, sorry. Okay, I see what you're saying here. So you want test trains on the Midland Main Line to be done with electric haulage because the thing is getting electrified. It would be good, but what they will do is probably stick a couple of 37s either end, top and tail, and they'll have their test train in there that has the Mark 1 with the pantograph on it to measure the electric voltage, to make sure that everything's working fine. I'll be surprised if they put that test train on with electric locos. I think play it safe, stick some diesels on there just in case there's any issues. That's what I would do anyway. 6. Do you recommend any line-side areas on the West Coast Main Line, East Coast Main Line? Yep, West Coast Main Line. First thing that springs to mind immediately is Old Lindslade Curve, just actually down the way from here at Leighton Buzzard. East Coast Main Line, well, you're spoilt for choice, really. You've got, there's a bridge I go to called Marholm on the East Coast Main Line. Brilliant spot to go to. There's a few level crossings just south of Peterborough that you can have a look at. Further north, you've got Colton Junction. That's just south of York. Again, brilliant spot to go to. So it depends really what you're looking for, fundamentally. Are you looking for just sort of sitting back watching the trains go past? Are you looking for somewhere where you get good chances for photographs? Or are you doing just filming? So it depends. If I know what it is you're looking for specifically, then I can probably guide you in a better area. Kieran Clark 2955. 3 questions here. Hey, hope you're well. I have a few questions. Yes, I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you are too. 1. Out of all the places up north, where should I go to? Hull, Harrogate, Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle, or York, and or Leeds, which I have been to before. The problem is I can't recommend anywhere out of those places, because each one is entirely different. So it depends what it is you're looking for. If you're looking for a tremendous amount of variety in traction and things to mix things up, then York and Leeds, which you've been to before. Manchester, amazing. Newcastle, not brilliant on the variety front now. Liverpool's not bad. Manchester, brilliant. Hull, I've only ever been there once, and that was many, many, many moons ago. Harrogate, I've never been to, but I can't imagine Harrogate would have too much in the way of variety. Sounds like we've got some more 350s heading off. Yep. 2. What's happening on the West Coast Main Line at the moment? Well, at this very moment, there's a 350 heading off for London Euston. It's a 350 253 leading with 238 on the rear and a helicopter passing overhead. 3. Which is better, LNR Azuma or Lumo? Well, I've not travelled on Lumo yet, so on that basis, it has to be LNR because I've not travelled on Lumo. And 4. Out of the Voyager and Meridian varieties, which ones do you think are better, Meridians or Voyagers? Voyagers on the basis that they can tilt, so they can decrease journey times. I mean, Meridians are perfectly comfortable, but they're all from the same family anyway. They all do the same thing. They're all built by Bombardier. It just happens to be that the Voyagers tilt, Meridians don't. Right. Pooper Scooper 423. Did you? I like this. Did you ever get your Michael stuck in the train doors? No, oddly enough, I haven't. I'm not that weird to go and do that sort of thing. Whatever you choose to do in your spare time, that's entirely your affair. Finley's Trains 1982. 2 questions. Would you visit Sandwell and Dudley again? And would you also visit Lichfield again? That's all. Great vids. Goodbye. Fare thee well. No, I won't visit Sandwell and Dudley again. Once is enough for me. It bored me to tears. Lichfield, no. There's not much going on at Lichfield, really. If I'm going to go anywhere on the Trent Valley route, it's going to be Nuneaton or Tamworth, realistically. Small 350s bound for Crewe. No, I tell a lie, they're bound for Northampton. Right, Jamie Garrett Forever 4653. What inspired you the most to start YouTube? What is your favourite line to film on? What is your favourite TOC? Thanks a lot. I'm loving your vids recently. Keep it up. Well, that's a very, very kind of you, and it's an incredible question. Absolutely out of the top drawer there. What inspired me to start filming? Well, it's no surprise that I've been into trains since I was a kid. You know, that's just part and parcel of it. I've been into them since as long as I can remember. There's a YouTuber I used to watch. He still uploads content, but I've not watched his channel for ages now, called Ian Paul Trains. I used to watch him quite religiously, and he did commentary on his videos, which I thought was brilliant. And every now and again, he does, he threw in little bits of humour, and it just made it more personal. I thought, that's not a bad way to go about things. So I thought, okay, well, I'll give that a go and put on my own unique spin. And I've been doing that ever since. Favourite line to film on? Definitely West Coast Main Line. It's my local line, so it makes sense that I'm going to be here. I basically live on the line. If you look at the amount of films I've done, the bulk of them have come from the West Coast Main Line. What is your favourite TOC? I've got a soft spot for TransPennine, despite their faults. And that's it. So yes, thank you for the questions, greatly appreciated. Jimmy Hill's Chin, 9987. What do you think of the double 90s doing those freight runs? And how much do you love freight on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, obviously the 90s must have a performance problem in order to want them to be doubled up. I mean, there's obviously they've got tremendous pulling power. They're fantastically strong logos. But obviously they need the power to haul, let's be honest here, not the longest freight trains going, when you consider that 86s had to do the same thing, but the 88s can haul freight trains singly. But I don't mind. I mean, it's nice seeing 90s being used, you know, when you consider how old they are and what they were first brought in for anyway. I suppose I'll give freight, I don't know, I can't really give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm not besotted by freight trains. I don't know, about 8 maybe? 8 out of 10? I mean, you get a nice variety. I mean, the West Coast Main Line, you get a certain good variety. I mean, we had a Stone train come through. There'll be, the rest of them throughout the course of this video will be intermodals. You'll probably get the mail train pop through in this video at some point as well. ECML 225. Some questions here. 1. What is your favourite of Class 91, 110? Are you ever going to visit the North Norfolk Railway? At some stage I will, yes. And favourite East Coast Main Line station? It's a toss-up between Doncaster, York and Leeds. Matthew Wingrove, 6264. What's your favourite station that you have been to? In terms of the UK, I would probably have to put it down to Carlisle. The VUT 390. Hi Tornado, absolutely love your videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you kindly. Excuse me. Have you seen the Centro livery on 323221 and what do you think of it? I have seen pictures, but I've not actually seen it myself, but it looks incredible. 2. Still Game or Father Ted? I don't even know. Well, I've heard of Father Ted. Still Game, not a clue. Favourite GBRF livery? I like Evening Star. Then you've got the BR large logo. Then you've got Construction. You've got the NHS one for Tom Moore. Sport for choice on that one, to be fair. Now the Pentino about to storm its way through. It's 39123. Yeah, dear me. Simple facts. He went. What was his previous name? Big Rob. That was his. Yeah. All right, mate. What's your go-to order at Greggs Simple As? I don't know where he popped up from, but he pops up on several different videos and just puts like proper Cockney questions down. I don't know. I haven't really got a favourite order at Greggs. Kind of whatever takes my fancy. Dom Triple B. What's your favourite fast food? I do love a Chinese, but then I've got a soft spot for an Indian. Can't beat a curry. Ooh, I fancy one now. Blimey. Okay, here we go. Tongue twister alert. Johnny. What train do you feel most yourself on? I'm not entirely sure I understand the question. I'm assuming you mean what train do I feel most relaxed on? I suppose it's probably the 180 Adelante. Would you ever do the Aberdeen to Penzance journey? No. No, I love train journeys as much as the next person, but there are limits to how much I'm prepared to sit on a train, especially if it's a Voyager. I don't mind Voyagers, but I can't do a journey from Aberdeen to Penzance on them. That's just... no. No, 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 no. Gabitch3816. Hello, mate. How are you? Love your videos. I'm doing very well, thank you. I hope you're keeping well yourself. I can hear another Pentalino. Can you film a literal Trent Valley, please? That's 392118. Nice little tone from the driver as well. Thank you kindly. No, I probably won't go to literal Trent Valley again, if I'm honest. I'm not an overly big fan of that station. I've been a subscriber for ages. Can you give a shout out to my new ice cream van company, which is running in Marston Green? Ice Wallow. No, no, no. Good thing I didn't finish off reading that. Clever, very clever, but not going to happen. Almost. It pays to read questions in advance before you read them out, because I almost went there, but well done. Well done indeed. Wild Violet 308. Hello, I'm wondering if you could ever film at literal Trent Valley. No. Class 37 Alliance 6. Have you been on the Elizabeth line? Not as of yet. I love this one. Users Zo 6 OT. I can't be asked to read this one out. There's so many numbers in there. Have you ever been arrested? No. Joshua Fenner 111. Train spotting at Manchester. Just wait and see. Someone's just pulling out in quite a nice looking 4x4 has just gone and clobbered straight into a post and ripped it up. Oh dear. There you go, a Giro 350s. Right, Chris Whitaker 4577. Hi to 922. My questions are listed below. Love your videos as always. Thank you very much. 1. What company do you prefer out of Avanti West Coast and LNER? It's a good question, but the problem is they serve different places, they run different rolling stock. I suppose I'd probably say Avanti West Coast. 2. What Avanti cars do you prefer out of the 390s and 221s? I do prefer the 390s, if I'm honest. 3. What class do you prefer out of the 319s and 350s for London North Western? The 319s, as they've got a real good sense of character about them. What LNER class do you prefer, the 225 sets or the Azumas? Definitely the 225 sets, without any hesitation there. And are you into horse racing? Nah, it's not my cup of tea, that. Angel of Crew 8213. Are you coming soon to Crew? At some stage I will, yes. I'm just not sure when. Joe Coyle 6590. Class 43 or 221 Voyager. That's got to be the HST any day of the week. Right. Sam Jack 3805. Greetings, Tornado. Hope you're doing well and keep up your great videos. Thank you kindly. Hope you're keeping well too. I've got a couple of questions related on how to make your videos, if that's fine for you. How I make my videos, sorry. What camera do you use to film the trains as? I'm planning to improve transport videos on my channel. Well, the run-of-the-mill stuff is obviously people use a standard camera recorder. I don't. I use a Samsung Galaxy tablet. That's what I'm filming on right now, Samsung Galaxy tablet. I've got a Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Galaxy tablet. It does what it needs for me on there. Let's just quickly check how that's doing. Yeah, we're good. Look at that. I'm watching you. Yeah. 2. How long do you generally spend train spotting at the stations, and how long do you usually aim to spend? Thanks for reading Sam J081 Trains. I guess you've obviously changed your name since putting that comment up. As a rule of thumb, I usually spend about 2 hours, give or take, at a station, depending on how busy it is. Now, when I do my rush hour films, I usually film from 5 till 7. If I get there slightly earlier, slightly later, so be it. If I'm doing a normal film, depending on how busy it is, it's usually, as a rule of thumb, I try and spend 2 hours at each station. There goes 392124. Right, and we've got plenty of time. Kenny's Vlogs 4889. I don't know where these usernames are getting all these numbers from, and they're bits at the end, but okay. Right, what's your favourite station to film at for freight? It's a toss-up between Nuneaton and Tamworth. What's your station to film at for the amount of trains? It's got to be Clapham. Nathan Thomas 1175. My question is, do you like the new Class 70 on freight trains? Oh god, yes. Shadow Citizen 5454. Another Benzino about to pass by. City of London 390138. Right, Shadow Citizen 5454. Will you come to Chasewater, Burntwood, when there's an event on? Maybe. I don't know. I guess I can do. Sam F 3416. Hey Jared. 1. Any chance of going to Heathrow to do some plane spotting and trains? Once I actually improve my knowledge of aircraft, possibly. 2. Any plans coming to the Americas to do train spotting or elsewhere? I'm looking at next year, hopefully, but don't quote me on that. There's a lot I want to do. I want to go to La Plata to go film the BNSF freight trains that run through there. I think it's the Southern Transcon on that line. I want to go onto the NEC, Northeast Corridor. I want to film on the Northeast Corridor. I just want to get some of that Acela action, you know. I want to go to Chicago, film on the Metro network. There's a lot I want to do in America, trust me. If anyone wants to give me a helping hand in getting flights to America and some accommodation over there, hey, you know, I'm all for that. Chris Chris Johnson QK9CI. Some of these names are really odd. Hi Janeda, what part of the mainline station you enjoy spot at, and what is your favourite train class? Well, if I'm filming at a station, as a rule of thumb, I'll always stand at the top or the bottom end, so that way I'm out of the way of the general public and I can't be getting into any sort of trouble. In terms of favourite train class, well, it depends on the type of purpose that the train has. So I answer this one all the time. So for commuter trains, it's the 321. Intercity, it is the Class 43. International, 373. Freight, it is a toss-up between the 70, the 68 and a 37. And yeah, that'll do for that one. Right, the Train Spotter. Hi Jared, hope you're doing well. My questions are, what advice would you give to someone who has just started train spotting? Right, there's 3 questions here, but I'll answer that one first because it's a very, very good question. Right, what you need to remember is that if you're out somewhere, there are going to be people who are going to want to try to belittle you and try and make you seem like what you're doing isn't worth it. Never, ever, ever listen to them. If you enjoy what you're doing, then that is what counts. Ah, here come the Royal Mail 325s. If you're going to get started, it depends if you're going to go out. Are you going out just to look at trains going by? Are you looking to do some filming? Are you looking to do photography? If you're just going out, I'm going to just put it under one umbrella of just train spotting in general, so that covers every basis. Try and go to bottom of each platform where you can. That way, you're just to stay out of the way of the general public, so you can enjoy yourself that much more. There's another Pendolino. Yeah, just head to the top or bottom of stations where you can, so that way you're not going to bump into anybody and you can just enjoy yourself. That's the tip I'd give to anybody who's looking to start train spotting. Just enjoy yourself. If you can head out somewhere and you can come away with a smile on your face, you've already won. That's the important part. It's like when I go train spotting, I love it. I absolutely love it. I always finish my films and I'm always coming away from stations really, really happy, because it gives me a chance to escape from reality, really. I can be myself. I've got no one telling me what I can and can't do. I'm just in the moment and I'm having fun. That's the best bit of advice I can give you. Just go out there and you have fun, and you come away from every session train spotting with a smile on your face and a story to tell. Oh, I've seen this, I've seen that. And you share your passion with everybody else. That's why I do this, because I like sharing my passion with the rest of the world, and I know that other people enjoy it because they're not as fortunate to be able to get about and do some of the things I do. So I bring the joy to them. That's why I do it. If you had to go anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Well, I've always got a soft spot for Italy. I love Italy. I love Germany. I really want to go back to America. Well, I want to go back to America. I've been to America before, but that's when I was a kid, going to Los Angeles. I've been to Disneyland, Florida. Went to Hawaii. But I want to go back to America to go and do some filming. But I also want to go to Daytona to watch the IMSA WeatherTech series and watch the Rolex 24 of Daytona. Incredible racing. I love my endurance racing. What rail tour would you like to do? I wouldn't mind doing the Cumbria Mountain Express. That would be a good one to go and do. How are we doing? Yeah, we've got enough time to answer another one, I reckon. Stepford Rail, hi to 922. Hope you're doing fantastic. I am certainly doing fantastic, my good man. I hope you are too. When will you do Clapham Junction and East Croydon again? Clapham Junction, end of the year. East Croydon, probably around a similar time, I would hazard a guess. 2, what is your favourite train operator that has ever existed? I did like Silverlink. Yeah, I like Silverlink, but then again, I like Network Southeast, and obviously you had the original Intercity, but you had Virgin Trains as well. I've got a mix. What can I say? 3, what is your opinion on the HSTs being partially retired? Unfortunately, it was always going to happen. Nothing lasts forever. That's the unfortunate truth of the matter. All we can do is enjoy what we have with the time that we have with them. That's all we can do. Class 317 Stuart, will you be heading to the Mid-Haunts Railway? It was amazing. At some stage I will go there, but I don't know when. Right, I've got 8 questions from this next person, so what I'm going to do is end part 2 there. I've got a feeling this is going to go into 4 parts. If your questions haven't been answered as of yet, please do be patient. I am slowly but surely working my way through them, and I will answer each and every question through these videos. So thank you everybody for contributing so far. Part 3 is going to be a continuation from here, so I'm going to be on top of this car park with all the trains coming past and interrupting me. I can hear Voyagers. Yes, so thank you everyone for contributing so far. I've got many more questions to get through, so I shall see you all in the next one. Take care guys, goodbye.